Hi, this is Kathy Williams, an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up. You can find me at inkingitupwithkathy.blogspot.com or on YouTube. Here is my final packaging idea, although it isn't really a packaging idea. It does use the Holly Jolly Layers stamp set, which is a hostess set, and it's this one here, and then the Cookie Cutter Christmas stamp set. And this isn't really a packaging thing. It's just a little gift that you could give to somebody. So this is the front of it. And when you open it up, there's tags. So let me show you how to create this. We will start with the little booklet itself first, and then we'll make this here, and then we'll go in and we'll create our tags. So this is a piece of the designer series paper from the This Christmas, and it's 12 by 12, and you're going to score it at 3 3/4 and 9 1/2. Okay, you're then going to turn it, and you're going to score it at 1 1/2, 5 3/4, 6 1/4, and then 10 1/2. Okay, and I know it's really hard to see, so I'm going to go ahead and fold a little bit of these. So the first thing you want to do is decide which side you want to be this band here and which side you want to be here. So I'm going to make this one be here, and this is going to be my stripe. So I'm going to fold back these 1 1/2 inch sides here and here. Okay. And that helps me to see exactly where my other pieces are. So now I'm going to go in and fold on these two that are 1/2 inch apart. That's the 5 3/4 inch one and the 6 1/4 inch one. So we'll fold along that this way. And along that one there. Okay. So now these will fold in, fold those back out. And this comes in this way, and this one comes in okay. Once we've got this all kind of folded, you can see these corners here, and you're going to fold those, and you're going to fold them from this corner here, just like this, just to give a little square off. And you're going to have this strip be the one that's folding in. So then we'll fold this one into the score line as well. Come around to this side and fold in to the score line as well. And here's the final one. Okay, just like that. So now this will go here like this. And this side will go as well. Hold those and flip your paper over. This will fold down here, and this one will fold up. And this will tuck into this one. So we'll go this direction. You can tuck either direction, it doesn't matter. Just be consistent on both sides. Now you'll see it's a little loose through here, and what I want to do is kind of work this until I've got everything as flat as I can. And I'm going to do one more thing before I secure it inside, and that is I want to put my ribbon in here. Take a piece of the red satin ribbon, and it's a little bit longer than this inside panel, just so it can go in on either side. And I'm going to just take a piece of my double-sided tape and measure it out the length that I want. And I'm actually going to sneak it in here, and I'm going to follow these little snowflakes to make it straight. And tuck that in. Now I can open it up in order to lay that down, now that I know exactly where it's going to go, to make it easier, and then I can assemble it back again. So just make sure it's pulled tight. It'll stretch a little bit with the folds, so you don't have to worry about that. So again, we're going to fold those that way, turn it over, and tuck them in. Now again, along here is where I want to secure it. And there's enough room here for me to take some double-sided tape again and place it just outside here at the edge. Just like that. And I'm going to make sure that this goes down tight and tuck and tight and tuck. Okay, so now that's ready to go. So let's go ahead and make our medallion. And for that, I'm going to take a piece of Whisper White, and I will take the stamp, and using the Real Red, I'm going to ink the entire thing up. I'll come back with a blender pen, and I'll need a piece of scrap paper. Now I want to keep the berries in the center here, but what I don't want is I don't want any of this red on the leaves. So I'm going to just start to wipe that off and then get it off on here. And it may take 2 or 3 times. Now, if there's a little bit left over, it kind of gives it an antique look, which I actually really liked. And I'll show you on my other sample exactly what I mean by that. But you'll continue to go around here and remove that. Okay, so once I'm done removing all that, I'll come back with my garden green marker and just color the leaves, making sure not to catch those berries in the center. So if you do this technique, analyze which color you have the most of. Like in this case, there's a lot of red, very little green. And so ink up with the one that has the most surface area that you're trying to cover, and then just do a little bit with the other marker. So I'm going to go ahead and huff on that a little bit to make sure that all that ink is moisture. And place that down. And there you go. Now this one, if you can see up real close, it looks like I got most of the red off. And so it looks very much green. Where you can see on this one, there is more red, but I think that looks really pretty. So you can do it either way. And now I'm going to go ahead and cut this out using the Stitched Shapes framelits, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, I'm back, and I have cut it out with the framelit, and I will go ahead and attach that to this circle, which was cut out using the layering circles, and the one that I used is 2 5/8 inches. So this will come here, and go ahead and take some dimensionals on the back. And place that on the front. Just like that. Okay. Now we're ready to create some tags. So I have 12 tags here made up, and they are 2 inches wide, and they started out as 4 inches long. And then I use the scalloped tag topper punch to punch the tops out of each one. And so at the bottom of each of these, we'll go ahead and do 4 on camera to show you for the 4 different tag types that I'm going to use. And I took some early espresso ink and the small little to and from stamp from the Cookie Cutter Christmas stamp set, and I'm going to place that near the bottom, but I'm not going to come all the way to the bottom. Usually when you're putting the to, it's to one person most of the time, but the from may be from, you know, Grandma and Grandpa or Aunt Kathy and Uncle Mike or something, and to try and fit that, you want a little extra space. So I'm going to place these a little bit higher. Maybe about a 1/2 inch or so from the bottom. Okay. And then I'm going to take 4 of the washi tapes from the Presents and Pine Cones suite. This is the washi tape. And each of these is going to get a different one of the washi. So I'll take this. Now I'm not wrapping all the way around. I'm just going edge to edge and cutting, because there isn't a spot that's going to be able to be hidden. The seam's going to be hidden. So it's better, I think, to just do this. And I need to come up a little bit from where the 2 is. And I'm going to place that on there like that. And trim. So there's that one. Now on this one here, these little hearts or whatever this pattern is, I think there is a direction to it. So be careful with that one, that you put it in the correct direction. I'm left-handed, so they actually do naturally go in the right direction from the way I pull. My right-handed customers, although, discovered that when they pulled it, it was upside down. So just catch that. And there's that. So then I used the candy cane baker's twine and took the red and white ones, and these pieces measure about 6.5 inches long. Put them together. Sorry, I got a piece of washi tape on my hand, making it difficult. And looping it through. Just like that. And each one of them you'll feed through. Just like this. Now, if you don't want to do it this way, you could always just loop it through the tag and have it come out just by going this way. And that works just as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get these started to be decorated. So I'm going to move them out of the way. Okay, so you're going to start with some strips of Very Vanilla and crumb cake, and these measure 2 1/8 inch by 5.5 inches. And there's a reason why I have them this size, and I'll show you what that is. So first I'm going to take my crumb cake ink and the little gingerbread man, and I'm going to ink him up and stamp him. And since this is photopolymer, I'm going to make sure I have my pad below, and I'm going to put his feet toward the bottom. And so what I told my customers is feet on the floor to help them remember. So I'll stamp him and then turn it around and stamp him again. Now I need 3 of each, so I'm going to set that to the side and bring in another piece of Very Vanilla and stamp 1 more. Okay. So then I'm going to turn this around, and I've got my 3 of those. So I will come in with my archival basic black, and this time I am going to use the little Eskimo. And ink that one up. And come here, and again, feet on the floor. And again, I need 3 of those. Okay. And then I'll come with my Santa Claus. And again, the Very Vanilla. Move that one out of the way. Here we go. And we need 3 Santas. So feet on the floor. Okay. And then the final thing is on the crumb cake, I'm going to go back to my early espresso ink and use the reindeer. Now he's feet on the floor doesn't work for him. He's going to be upside down. Okay? Because he doesn't have feet, he has antlers. So it's antlers to the floor, I guess. And there we go. Okay. Now I'll show you why I do it that way. Now when I go to punch it, it fits right down in there. And I don't have to worry about these other pieces affecting my other one. And I can punch him out, spin it around, and punch out the other one. Just like that. So let me at least punch out one of each of these for you so I can show you what we're going to do with each of them. So there's a Santa, an Eskimo, and finally a gingerbread man. I'll punch these all out later. So here we have a little Santa, a little Eskimo, a little gingerbread man, and little reindeer. So on the reindeer, I'm going to take a piece of the red glimmer paper and punch it out using the 1/2-inch circle punch. And I'm just going to put a dimensional on that and on his nose, and then take a couple of dimensionals on the back, and he's ready to go. Our little gingerbread man is going to have a little bow tie, which we used the red glimmer paper and then punched it out using the little bow over here on the cookie cutter punch. And for that, I'm going to take my scissors and get a little piece of the side of my dimensionals, or you can cut one in half. And then I'm going to just trim off that point so it's just a little rectangular shape. And put that on. Whoops. Get that to stick. And we're going to place that on him. Then we'll get the silver metallic enamels and take one of the larger ones and place it in the center. Now, if you really want to make these fancy, you could take the littler ones and put them on his other spot, his other little buttons here, but I've left it just like this. And we're going to put 2 dimensionals on him, and he's ready to go. On this little Eskimo, we're going to take our Sahara sand and just color his little outfit. Make sure you catch these little edges here. And shoes. And then run the little trim with red. Like this. And then some Wink of Stella along the hoodie, wrists, and base of his or her little outfit. Okay. Two dimensionals, and he or she's done. Now Santa's turn. Santa is going to get a red cap, and this is a real red marker, and a red jacket, and don't forget to catch that little line of it right there. Okay. And his pants are red as well. Okay. Then we'll come back with the smoky slate and catch his belt and his shoes. And I've forgotten one thing with the red, and we'll come back with the red and catch his little tongue. There we go. Then with the Wink of Stella, we'll go ahead and do the band here, his mustache and beard, We'll get a little bit of shine down the front of his coat, along the wrists, and along the bottom here. Okay. And a couple of dimensionals again. Now, this is where you get to have some fun deciding which ones you want to place where. So I think that I'll start with this one, and because he has a little bow, I'm going to put him on the one with the bows. And I think this guy here is going to go on this one, like that. And I think this one, because his little head is shaped like these little things, will go here. Just make sure that they don't go up too high. And this one, little Santa, will go on here. And you'll make 3 of each of these, and then take them and place them in. You can either place them this way or this way, and tuck them in the sides, just like that, and it will fit 3. And there's your little gift of tags for someone. And here is the one that's all done with all the tags in it. So I hope you enjoyed that, and enjoy your gift giving, and happy holidays from me.